Alright lads and ladies, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic time of year in this festive season. Today we're following on from yesterday's video talking about the Tate brothers versus the Paul brothers. Yesterday we covered the beef in general and how this conversation started about who would win in an MMA fight. If you didn't see yesterday's video, you can go and watch it up here. And in that video we come to the conclusion that the fighter who's got a grappling advantage is most likely going to win the fight, simply because they can dictate where the fight goes. Now, a few people in the comments of yesterday's video disagreed with me, and they brought up people like Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya, and used them as an example as why wrestling isn't superior to kickboxing. I'm a kickboxer myself, and I'm saying wrestling is superior to kickboxing in terms of the wrestler can dictate where the fight goes. But you've got to realise you're using the top 0.1% of fighters with the best takedown defense in the game as the example, but they are the exception to the rule. The general rule of thumb is the fighter who has the better wrestling can dictate where the fight goes, meaning if you get a purebred striker and you face them against a purebred wrestler, 95% of the time you want to put your money on the wrestler. So today we're going to take a look at Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, Logan Paul and Jake Paul's grappling footage to decide who has the best chance of winning in an MMA fight. Let's jump in. Right, so here's Andrew Tate's professional kickboxing record. He's got 23 wins, 15 stoppages, 8 losses. Overall, he's got 76 wins and 9 defeats. That's including all of his fights his amateur career. So Tate has got a good amount of experience, but this is within kickboxing. If we scroll down to his mixed martial arts record, he's only got 3 fights here, and it's 2 wins and 1 loss. Then he's also got an amateur record where he also got 2 wins and 1 loss. So first off, we got Andrew Tate versus Lee Mayo. This is his first MMA fight. Let's look at the highlights and see what we can take from this fight. Nice body shots by Tate. Body lock by Lee Mayo. Mayo short for mayonnaise. Can Andrew Tate defend the takedown here? Okay, he's doing good. He's got the underhook. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, is he going for the guillotine? Now, this is where it becomes a problem. If Logan Paul or Jake Paul was to take Andrew Tate down, has he got the ability to get back to his feet? There we go. Created some space. Got back up to his feet. I didn't like the way he just ran in with his hands down there, but this is a young Andrew Tate. Going for the single leg. Can Tate defend it? You don't want to be worrying about punches when you're in this position. You just need to defend the takedown. See, Tate getting punches in there, an illegal fence grab, is not going to do much. Tate once again able to create space. Tate loves the hooks to the body. We got Fortnite updated in the top right corner there. That's not me, by the way. Never seen me play Fortnite. Tate is down. What's that? 4 times he's been taken down in 1 round so far. A little bit of a slip by Tate. He gets up again. I hate the way they've got to wash the mouthpiece. Just put it back in straight away. Who cares if it's got foot sweat on? Another takedown. Oh, okay. Tate's actually reversing it. Some body shots. Once again, don't worry about that, Tate. Just actually sprawl out. Get your hips behind you. Who cares about the crowd? A potential guillotine. Oh, he tapped. So Tate has got a submission. Haha. Nice. How'd you like that, Jake and Logan Paul? Tate can grapple. He got a guillotine. Now, this was in 2006, I might add. So it's quite a while ago. So this is Andrew Tate's second MMA fight. And this is his first loss within MMA. Once again, going for them hooks. That's a very nice knee. Dangerous knees, but the guy's already deep in or behind Andrew's legs. There you go. Great takedown. And that's the thing. Andrew isn't really showing much skill in the way of takedown defense. That's the first time we've seen him get back to his feet outside of kicking someone away to create space. He actually done well at getting back up right there. But this guy is a little bit more of a relentless wrestler than the last guy. You can see this guy doesn't want to strike with Tate. He'll probably go straight back in for the takedown. Okay, 1 kick by the other guy. A few shots right there. Body clinch. I like the body work by Tate. In an MMA match, Tate would do all right on the feet. He just needs to work on his takedown defense. Great takedown, because Logan and Jake Paul would be a lot better than this guy at wrestling. Not really doing much in terms of getting back up. Okay, here we go. There you go. Nice. Okay, so what's Tate going to do? Okay, Tate wants to just stand back up then. Fair enough, because the stand-up is what favours him. This lad just wants to get back in, close, clinch. You know, he's going for the takedown. Bit of a desperation shot right there. Tate needs to throw the uppercut. A little bit less kicks, more uppercuts. Time those uppercuts and time those knees. See, this is the problem. Is he gets taken down quite a lot. Tate ends up standing up here. But it's only a matter of time before he gets taken down again. Once again, shouldn't really be throwing a kick at that range. Fence grab. Absolutely blatant. And Tate lost that fight by unanimous decision. Just because he was too complacent. Didn't really express any urgency getting up onto his feet. And that's all she wrote. Next, he had a fight with Luke Barnett, or Barnett, however it's spelt. Luke Barnett is now close mates with Andrew Tate. And there's a lot of footage online of Andrew and Luke sparring together. I think Luke has got something to do with the war room that Andrew runs. But there's no footage of this anywhere online. Next, we've got Andrew Tate versus Matthew Wilkins. He won this fight by unanimous decision. So let's take a look if there's any takedown defense in this fight. So Matthew goes for the takedown. Once again, he's not really super deep in on the legs, but he's got the takedown pretty much there. Tate gets taken down very easily, and a lot of that is because of the way he fights. He tends to fight very much with his chin up in the air, and he leans back a lot. Now, think about it logically. When you lean back, your hips are far in front of you, so they're exposed for that takedown. So if Tate was to have an MMA match with Logan Paul or Jake Paul, he'd have to change his style massively, because all you would have to do to set up a takedown on Andrew Tate is throw a big telegraphed wing and hook, so he leans back, which is great head movement. But then in doing that, he leaves his hips exposed. So I'd go big looping left hook or right hook and go in for the takedown, and that'd be easy. Right, that's an interesting stand-up. I wouldn't expect that, but sometimes it can be like that in these smaller leagues. The guy was on top, but then again, he wasn't really doing anything. He was just pushing his head into Andrew Tate. So this is where Tate needs to stay at distance. Yeah, good low kick. See, like, Tate could have got away from that very easily, but the guy's probably going to finish the takedown. There you go. Once again, more of the same, more of the same. They stand back up. There we go, low kick by Tate. See, Tate needs to time that uppercut rather than the kicks. Now, the guy's in close, and he's once again going to finish. Tate could easily disengage there. You can just let go of him, spin out, and run away. How the hell does Tate get a unanimous decision? Okay, nice reversal. Let's go see that again. Bit of a sweep by Tate. Yeah, okay. See, he's got a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so he's went from side control to half guard there. So he's got some idea about what he's doing here. There we go. Very nice. Ah, he gets taken down so easy. Round two. As soon as he kicks, he's just getting taken down. Now, Tate can disengage right there. But instead, okay, right now he's in mount. He's, okay. Tate's got mount. Who said Tate can't grapple? Me and everyone else. He's got some fundamentals there. I think the main problem is that he just gets taken down too easy. But here we are, little bit of ground and pound. Not bad for a young Tate. Tate's actually dealing more damage than the other guy is. And the other guy is the more purebred wrestler, if you like. Tate pretty much just finishes the entire fight in this position. The guy doesn't know what to do, can't get out of that position. The other guy's knackered. In all honesty, he probably beat himself there. Pardon! So that was actually not too bad. I'm a little bit impressed with Tate's grappling skills there. He's just got no takedown defense. And don't anyone come in the comments and say,
yeah, well, if he went in the UFC, he'd get destroyed. He'd get mauled.
Shut up. We're not talking about the UFC. Next, we have Tate's last win in MMA.
He said to me, please don't call it sprawl and brawl. He said, call it strike.
Nice head kicks.
Yeah,
that left,
I've got a technical striking
that lead left head kick is money from Tate. So let's see if the other guy goes for any takedowns.
Yeah, both guys prefer to keep it standing. In fact, both guys.
Okay, both of these are kickboxers. There you go. Bit of a takedown then. Headlock throw. I don't really know like the proper terms for wrestling and BJJ. Remember, I'm a striker. But I do like to wrestle a little bit. Okay, there we go. But I like it.
Yeah, both guys very even on experience here.
Oh, that head kick got through. Good balance. Okay, now he fell over.
Yeah, both guys very even on experience, 4 years apiece. And both, as I say,
see, there you go. That's what I want to see from Tate. Disengage from them ground situations. Oh, nice. Okay. There we go. So Andrew Tate, the verdict on his grappling. You can tell he's trained a little bit in grappling. Like, he's not clueless. It's more so just the takedown defense it's non-existent, and then he kind of accepts being on his back a little bit too much. Next, we have Tristan Tate, his one and only MMA fight that he's had. Now, I've seen a few people on YouTube misrepresent this fight and not talk about the details, which matter. And look, we all get stuff wrong. I miss details out all the time, but I actually know the details of this one. Tristan Tate wasn't meant to fight on this card. He was actually meant to be a commentator. He wasn't training. He's got a messed up shoulder. I don't know what it was exactly. I was speaking to him, but he didn't go into the details of what he actually done. And I know he struggled with this shoulder for quite a while. So here in this fight, I think they had a last-minute pullout, and Tristan Tate volunteered to stand in for that fighter on the night itself, which takes guts, because he's going into this fight knowing that he's not going to do well. He's probably going to get taken down, and he's not going to be able to throw any punches because his shoulder's all jacked up. Here we go. Tristan had a car crash before this fight, and it destroyed his shoulder. He thought he would never fight again, but tried one last MMA fight. Comes to commentate, ends up fighting due to someone dropping out. Massive respect to the talisman. So here's what happened. Tristan goes for the high kick, the left high kick. Goes for the right high kick. See if we see him throw any punches. A little bit of a mini slip. Yeah, side kick, like a jumping side kick. Just trying to keep him at distance. You can see Tristan's got that side-on kickboxing stance. That's one of the stances I like as well. Throw that lead leg side kick. See, we haven't really seen Tristan throw any full-on punches yet. We've seen him feint with the left jab, but it's all kicks, you see? This is where it all goes downhill, but understandably so. Couple punches there by Tristan. Now, the chances are when Tristan fell right there, his shoulder's probably jacked up, even more so. When you fall down, think about it, you'd always put your arm out. You try and catch yourself, don't you, to break your fall a little bit. Now, take a look at this. Tristan does good. He gets an underhook on the lad. He almost gets up. And then just gets taken down again. But yeah, I think this is where Tristan's shoulders gets messed up. He's getting elbowed in the face. He's not trying to push off the fence and roll himself over. You can see the pain in Tristan's face. He's wincing. He's like, even when he's not getting struck. Yeah, you see Tristan taps there. I'm a fan of yours, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, but you said that Tristan Tate taps to strikes. He doesn't tap to strikes. He taps before there's any strikes landed. Let's play it in half speed for you. So Tristan's in visible pain here. Okay, he gets hit once with an elbow. Then nothing, nothing, nothing. No strikes, no strikes. Tap, and then gets struck again. Tristan tapped because his shoulder was messed up. And a bit of class from Tristan. Shakes his hand. Good sportsmanship. Love to see it. Now, unfortunately, that's the only grappling footage we've got of Tristan. From what we've seen of him on the floor, he knew a couple moves, but it's hard to really talk about someone's ability when they've got a messed up shoulder. So Tristan Tate, maybe some fundamentals, hard to tell to what extent, only had one MMA fight, badly injured shoulder, he probably still struggles with it to this day. Next, we've got Jake Paul. Let's take a look at some of his grappling skills. Now this is just a little bit more of a slow instructional demonstration, Jake just trying to learn some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But one thing a video like this tells us is that Jake has practiced Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu recently, because when was this from? 11 months ago. We don't know to what extent he's been practicing, but we can see here Jake's controlling the lad on the floor, almost using his head to post off then. Okay, yeah, this is what we're looking for. A little bit of grappling. You can see they don't want to show too much.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You read the title correctly. I've officially signed as an MMA fighter to the fastest growing sports league in the world.
The PFL. The fact that Jake signed an MMA contract definitely means that he's training grappling right now. We've also seen Jake do a bit of grappling with Bo Nickel. Once again, it doesn't really tell us much because we're not really seeing Jake go against Bo Nickel in a grappling exchange. They're just going through certain techniques. But Bo Nickel is a phenomenal wrestler. I don't know his credentials off the top of my head, but we've seen him in the UFC. He's probably going to smash it in the middleweight division over the next couple of years. The middleweight division hasn't seen someone with Bo Nickel's wrestling credentials since Yoel Romero, if you like. So the fact that Jake Paul is learning off Bo Nickel, that's a dangerous combo right there. We can see here Jake's learning some head and arm chokes. You can also step off to Bo Nickel's right side of the body to do that as well, just to latch it up even tighter. So Jake Paul grappling conclusion. Although there's not much footage of him actually grappling with someone other than just going through technique stuff, we definitely know a few things. He wrestled in school. He's just signed an MMA contract. He's young, athletic, strong, probably wrestled with Logan Paul a lot when they were growing up, and he's got that delusional confidence about himself, which is really important. And finally, we've got the climax. Logan Paul versus Paulo Costa. They had a little bit of a spar, but they also do a grappling exchange, and this grappling exchange is very impressive by Logan Paul. We know that he can wrestle. He already stuffed Dylan Dennis's lame takedown attempt on the Misfits Prime card in October, and Dylan Dennis is a 4-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion. So let's take a look at this grappling exchange. Paulo Costa is a pretty decent grappler too. He stuffed multiple takedowns by Yoel Romero. Okay, so we got Paulo Costa on top. Got Logan Paul taking a big deep breath right there. Let's go full screen.
Go to the arm and lock. Go to the arm and lock.
See what Logan Paul's doing really good here with. He's using his hands to create space between Paulo Costa's body and Logan Paul's body. When you're in the side mount position, you don't want someone to clamp right down on you and close that space, because it means that their center of gravity is closer to the floor and spread out across the floor a lot more, and it makes it harder for you on the bottom to get that person up. So Logan's keeping his hands there to keep space between him and Paulo Costa.
Go to the arm and lock. Go to the arm and lock.
And Paulo's a big guy as well. Absolutely juiced up. Logan Paul almost going for a bit of a leg lock there. Okay, Paulo Costa got the full mount. Now watch this. Very impressive by Logan Paul. Look at this for the scramble. Very, very good. Let's watch that again. So what Logan does there is he manages to buck Paulo Costa off him, whilst also rotating to get Paulo Costa off balance and shift his centre of gravity from his knees up to his shoulders. And that allows Logan Paul to slip out back. Look at Paulo Costa's bum crack right here. It's like he's given birth to Logan Paul out the back, which is a good thing in this case. Really impressive by Logan there. And I'm not a big Logan fan. I don't like him, but I'll give credit where credit is due. Remove the emotion. That was pretty decent. And then we've all seen this footage of Logan Paul grappling with Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski, which once again is pretty impressive. Let's take a little look here. Going for a little fake suplex there. Nice little scramble. So you can see Logan Paul's got very good... He's got very good awareness, spatial awareness. He rolls and twists and turns out of positions very nicely. Israel Adesanya said he's strong. There you go, good triangle. But this is valuable experience for Logan Paul here. It doesn't matter if he's getting dominated. These are the best fighters in the world. This is only a massive learning experience. You see how Logan tried to buck Alexander Volkanovski off him, and despite having a massive weight advantage, height advantage, and muscle advantage, Alexander Volkanovski didn't budge, didn't move a muscle. So watch right here now. See? He stayed on top. Goes for a nice takedown. That was a good takedown. Now, if he can do that on Volkanovski, someone who's like 5'6", is he? Or 5'5"? Alex's centre of gravity and his hips are very low to the ground, so it's going to be hard to take him down. He's a rugby player. Logan Paul was able to do that on Volkanovski. What do you think he's going to be able to do on Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate? And I'm a fan of the Tates, but we have to look at this realistically here. I'm trying to come at it from a completely unbiased perspective. I am not a Logan Paul fan, and it kills me to say all this. But as a martial artist, I have to chase the truth. And the skills that we see here from Logan are really good. Who's the better wrestler out of Logan Paul and Jake Paul? Probably Logan. It seems like anyway. I mean, it's hard to know because we haven't really seen Jake do this level of grappling, especially with these type of caliber of athletes. There we've got Craig Jones, who's another friggin' champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, an amazing grappler. He got Volkanovski ready for the first Islam fight. So before we get to the conclusion, here's a little bit of a summary. Jake and Logan Paul haven't fought the same standard of opponents that Andrew Tate has fought back in his day. The question is, are Jake's and Logan's opponents as boxers a higher caliber than Andrew Tate's opponents as kickboxers? I don't think so, but as we said at the start, the Paul brothers have got that wrestling advantage. Logan Paul has got that offensive wrestling, and unless Andrew Tate really learned fantastic takedown defense within 6 months, he's going to get taken down and submitted or get ground and pounded, as much as it pains me to say. And then you've got age. That's a big factor. Andrew Tate is 37, Tristan Tate is 35, Logan Paul's 28, Jake Paul's 26. So based on the footage that we've watched today, what's the overall summary? Who would win in a fight? Well, first off, kickboxing fight. Needless to say, it's going to be Andrew and Tristan Tate. They've got the experience there. They are actually really good kickboxers. They'd mop the floor with the Paul brothers. Now, if it was a boxing fight, I think Andrew Tate could take both Logan and Jake Paul, but Tristan's shoulder isn't 100% after surgery, and Tristan has also been very vocal about Andrew Tate being the better kickboxer than him. But then also Andrew Tate says that Tristan Tate is a better street fighter than him. So I think Andrew could beat Jake and Logan, but I also think because of Tristan's shoulder, Jake and Logan would probably be able to beat Tristan, and I do believe that's mainly because of the injury. Otherwise, Tristan is a big, powerful dude, especially now, and he's got heavy hands. Anyway, what about MMA? Who would win? I'm sorry to say, I'd have to give it to the Paul brothers, just because they've got the wrestling advantage. But wait, let's do a bonus round. Who would win in a street fight? Even though MMA resembles a street fight the closest, me heart and me head says put your money on the Tates. I just think they've got more experience in street fights, and they possess a little bit more one-punch KO power than Logan and Jake Paul do. I know Jake's still a powerful lad, but the Tates have got a lot of experience. They're a lot older. They're a lot thicker in the frames than Logan and Jake Paul. And I also believe they have the wits about them a lot more. They've got a lot more life experience, and we know that rule number one of a street fight is awareness. So there you go. You guys comment below who you think would win in a kickboxing fight, boxing fight, MMA fight, and street fight, and give your reasons why. Argue with each other if you have to. Argue with me. I'm open to hear it. And if you want to build muscle naturally, pack on a little bit of size onto your frame so you can defend yourself better, then check out my Natural Physique Academy down below. Links in the description. I've got a paid version and a free version. Like this video. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow for Christmas Eve.